Look, I have jumped into real estate at the beginning of this year. Now it's getting a little cold. At the beginning of this year, and it has been a massive kick in the ass. Let me explain. You see, so when I got let go from my job earlier in the year working at U-Haul, took a leap of faith into going into real estate, getting my real estate license within 2 weeks, trying to have the confidence, which I think I did very well, have the confidence to say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna close 7 deals. I can do, no matter what, 7 deals is my number, and if I do 7 deals, I'm gonna buy myself a Cybertruck. That's where I was at, okay? I've done absolutely 0 deals so far. I have 1 listing. I've locked up 2 contracts for wholesaling. One of them fell through. The other one has to go in through a major price reduction. And it's December. I have been able to, gotta keep this on me. I have been able to put myself into a position to where I'm working for a mortgage company, a wholesaler, and being able to work on videos for this guy as well. His name's Ryan Manley. He's been a great mentor, and major shouts out to Wendy and Deidre, 3 strong pivotal people who have put me into the position I am now with knowledge and resources and the ability to go ahead and say, I feel confident with the people that I've surrounded myself with. People who are knowledgeable, people who are respected, people who are respectful. And that leads me into where I'm at now, to where I finally feel like after 10 months of being in real estate, I have a general idea of what I'm doing. And that to me is terrifying for when people come into real estate and they hit the ground running. And there's people who've done it and closed a deal within 30 days, right? I remember when I was just in my real estate course, getting started, and we were about 2 days into the class. I'm terrified, and people would come in. Hold on. People would come in. Is this even recording me? Hopefully it is. Yeah. All right. People would come in and share their experience, like, oh my goodness, I just passed the test. Just listen to the, like, they're coming in and basically testimonials of the course itself. And it was refreshing seeing other people pass this very intense class. I mean, you have a book this big essentially, and you have 2 weeks to understand something and take 180 question test with 3,000 questions in the pool, and only 180 of those get pulled to, so you don't know what you're gonna be asked. And it's very, very daunting. But I pushed through and prevailed. The people that were in there was a woman that came in and she was like, I just got my license a month ago and I've already sold a home. And all of us were like, oh, wow, this woman did it. She sold a home. She's feeling hot shit. What was the price of the home? Oh shit, it was like 700,000 or like 1.1 or something like that. And we're like, damn, we could do this. We felt confident, right? And then she said, it was my home. And we're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Good for her, still, not knocking her by any means, but that really diminished some of us in the class at the time to really be like, okay, can it be done? Are we making the right choice? Are we not making the right choice? And it was funny then because even there was probably about 6 people that dropped out of the real estate course within a matter of 3 days, but most of us, a good majority, it was like a good 50 to 60 people in the class that went ahead and prevailed, which was nice. But going through that and then having a daughter on the way and not making a single real estate transaction really was, like I said, a kick in the ass. Finding and using my resources and putting my pride aside and saying, Deidre, do you know anybody? Her putting me to Wendy, me going to Wendy and saying, Wendy, do you know anybody? I don't want to get a job outside of real estate. I want to stick within real estate. I want to be able to do this. I want to learn before I actually try to do something. And I was holding open houses every week, 4 or 5 hours a day on the weekends, doing the signs, getting the balloons, having a cooler with snacks and fruits and doing research on the house the night before and studying and studying. So as soon as somebody were to come in, oh yes, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, this price point. By the way, did you know that these amenities are around this property? I was good. I felt like I was good. I felt like, this is gonna be a good open house. But I started to have life hit. My daughter was born, doing the open houses. Nobody was coming through. People that would come through wouldn't give me their information or write down their information. And it just felt like I was hitting my head against the wall, and I kept on pivoting and pivoting and pivoting until I got to meet Ryan Manley, to where I've been since August, September fully. So from September to now, it's been really full steam ahead. And the point of this is to really do a brief overview of what my first 10 months, almost a full year in real estate has been like. And goddamn, I can see why people leave. I do. I can see why people quit. I've thought about it for myself plenty of times. And I can't quit even if I wanted to, because I've committed myself into this. I've committed my family into this. And who would I be if I do quit? Who would I be to myself if I quit? So I persevere, and I don't take no for an answer. And I push through still. That resilience to keep going no matter what life has thrown at me this whole entire year, to where in retrospect, this could have been the worst year of my life. Truthfully, if I've had that outlook and perspective. But instead I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be a victim, because I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen no matter what. And I've had to battle a lot of anxiety, depression, self-doubt, while trying to lie to myself and be like, I got this, I can keep going no matter what, like I'm gonna win, it's all gonna work out. And it's just like, I kept on getting hit in the face, and it's just like, I can't win. That is what it felt like. And I'm very grateful for my life. But instead, I've tried to keep a really positive outlook, and that has helped me. And that perspective has led me to this being the best year of my life. My daughter was born, I got married. We have 2 cars that are reliable, and we can afford them, and we can breathe, and we're saving money, we're paying off debt. We're in a position now to where I now feel good enough to have conversations within real estate and understand some market stuff. And I'm very green still, okay? Because I have high standards for myself on what I want to be able to know. So I still can have a conversation and possibly fool somebody in thinking that I know more than I do, but that would be a disservice to them and myself, and I can't do that morally. So as a result of that, I know that I want to be so knowledgeable, and I don't think I will ever know everything, which is great. And so that leads me on this course of constant learning and seeing my mentor, Ryan Manley, come with problems, and he's been doing real estate in general for a full 20 years, still come up to things, and he's like, I don't know, but let's find out. That's something. Now, you pair that with anxiety, and you think the world's out to get you, and I start getting in my head, or you may start getting in your head, and you're like, I'm having a bad day. He's mad at me. She's mad at me. This client's never going to work with me. I became into this victim mindset where everybody was against me because I still haven't done a deal. I'm not good enough to where I need to be. Now, this is just me personally, and it's just like I've had to overcome a lot of that. And the only way I could fix that was dumping myself into more knowledgeable situations, having those conversations and admitting, I don't know this. Can you help me explain this? Learning how to communicate better my ideas and thoughts, and try to be more precise and stick to myself at my true core, which is I talk a lot, which is why I'm doing this. And it's I want to go in depth so you can understand the whole picture. Can I give you more information? Or would you be upset if I gave you more information so you're more informed and have a better chance to make a decision that's going to impact your life? Or do you want me to do less information to you and potentially screw you over in the long run with one of your biggest purchases of your life? Shit, for me, I'm always gonna choose this way. I would rather have more knowledge and say, okay, I think that's good. This was just my question. You gave me so much information. I'm gonna go here. That's how I am, that's how I function, that's how I believe things should be, is constant development. And so for anybody getting into real estate, I would say this. This is my opinion. Now granted, you and how you want to do things is up to you. It's genuinely not up to me in the slightest bit, right? So you need to sit back and say, okay, what I want to go ahead and get done is I want to go into real estate. What type of real estate? Investing, commercial, traditional, right? Those are the three main things that the majority of the world goes into. Which one do you want to do? What do you need to get started? And that's what this channel is about. That's what this is about. That's what I'm about here, is I want to educate and talk to people about real estate, finances, and have fun while doing it in depth and use a different approach of a humanistic psychology of why things are the way that they are. And I think that's crucial to make it fun and lighthearted and badass, by the way. Not every video is going to be top dog, but not every video is just going to be something like this, but they might. I'm saying this because there's a point in my life right now that I need to level up again. And it's almost like deja vu is happening, and I'm proud of myself for this. 2025 is a year that is dependent all on me, dependent all on you. My whole life I've been working for somebody else in some type of capacity. In a way I still am. I'm working for the business, even though it's my business, it's not my business. It's a business that I want to incorporate my family into. So I'm still working for somebody, for something, but I don't have to answer to somebody else. In 2025 is my goal. To be independent, but to be cautious while I do it. There needs to be a leap of faith taken. There needs to be a moment when I stop and I say, I am everything I can be, and I'm going to prove it. And to me, that's what the year 2025 is. And it's not what I think it should be, which is super structured. And if it's not structured, the world's falling apart. I understand that's my anxiety, which ruins a big part of my life, getting that fixed and worked on. Instead, it's go with the flow. And I've heard this before, but now it really makes sense. It's you need to have a ceiling and a floor. Goals. And what that means is my ceiling goal is me going into the gym today. My floor goal is 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups and 100 squats at home with weights or without weights. Just doing something. What do you want to achieve and what's the bare minimum? And not keeping myself to such a strict schedule and freaking out if I can't adhere to it is crucial. And that's helped me realize just to let go. Every day I can't do everything. And in one day I cannot do everything. I can't spend a day planning as things are constantly changing. Instead, I just need to start, just get my head into the game, get some bruises, get some scrapes. And this is a very interesting thing psychologically too, which is why I said I want to tie in real estate with this. Is I've been far cautious. I've been too cautious that I've lost my competitive edge to go up and get it, to be fierce, to be aggressive in a way that's calm, collected, respectful, humble, stern, but I have standards. That I haven't been able to crack that yet. I know that I'm too passive. I've changed as somebody that used to be aggressive into somebody that's far too passive. And I understand this change, and I was trying to fight this, but now I'm understanding that's just who I am. I don't need to be number one to everybody else as long as I'm number one to myself. And if you can be number one to yourself, and I can take my time for me, then everything else will work. You see, I had this idea the other day too that was, if you could be selfish, if artists, everybody needs to be selfish in a capacity. An artist is selfish because they take their time to do their art majority of the time. In this scenario, when they're alone, they get into their zone. They're not worried about everything or anything else. They're dedicated to their craft, and they give it patience. They give themselves time. And though I have patience tattooed on me, I don't give myself the patience. I give my patience to other people instead of patience with myself. And that's been an issue because I want to take my time and create something that's good. I want to take my time and create something that's good. I want to take my time and create something that's good and realize I am doing it for myself, but if somebody out there were to resonate with that, then that's what matters. That's a bonus. But as long as I care about it for myself and I'm providing value, that I can look back at this video and say, he's done something good there. He's changing. He's changing for the better. He's acknowledging he needs to be selfish, but in the correct way that doesn't hurt or manipulate other people in a negative way. Instead, it's he's working on himself so he could be more present for people. And I've been battling this for years and years of trying to find this balance of being too selfish and aggressive, being too selfish and manipulative, not being aggressive enough or whatnot. So I'm hoping 2025, that's a goal for myself, is to figure out more of me and that balance between working on real estate, working on socials, working on the gaming socials, working on the poetry book I want to put out, and a psychology book that I would love to put out as well. Like those are some goals that I have that I want to accomplish. I have some secondary goals to get my pilot's license and learn music, learn the piano and some other things.